Hi, my name is Belinda and welcome to Belinda's Baubles, episode 25. And we're here to celebrate something today. 500 subscribers, all right. Thank you very much for all of you who have become subscribers and have come along on this journey. Next month, I'm about to have my second anniversary or podiversary, and things are just they're moving along, and I'm excited about the community that we have put together here, and I'm excited for this community to continue to grow. Now, if you're asking, is there anything different on the channel because of the 500 subscribers, or do I have anything different? No, because along with 500 subscribers, for me to unlock anything, I had to have 3,000 viewed hours in the last 365 days. And I'm about halfway there. So no, this is just something fun to celebrate, and we are going to celebrate it. If you're new here, thank you so much for coming along. We've got a lot of fun stuff going on at the moment. Today happens to be Wednesday, March 26th. I got to figure out what day I'm at, and it'll be a day or two before you see this. There's stuff going on and the life happens. It'll be at the end, but it's slowed down my editing a little bit. All right, so since I saw you last, I have a couple of changes in my background, if you may not have noticed it. I have a new storage container back here. These magnetic acrylic boxes, 3 of them, and I love them because it's bringing my yarn up here close to where I can see it, and it can encourage me to use these. And some of these are ones that I really want to use this year. So I have that back there. If you're interested in which one I got it off of Amazon, and I have the link down below. Super easy to put together, easy to follow the instructions and everything. And they even came with white gloves, so that you can dust off and not put fingerprints all over them. Okay, what else is there? Ways to get a hold of me are all down in the description box. I'm on Ravelry, Instagram. My Facebook is private, but I do have Instagram and Ravelry, and there is an email that you can reach me at. So, as well as here. Okay, so let's start off with our little admin area here. And for the 500 subscribers, I did want to do a little something special. Now I'm getting ready to ship out gifts or prizes. The robots have not found me yet. I'm still too small, but all of that shipping cost and everything is coming up for the topping out mail that's still going on right now. You have a few more days till I will close mine out whenever I get up on the 1st of April over on Ravelry, or you can still email me up until then your entries. There is a link down below to the little commercial that I put together to tell you a little bit about this if you haven't come in. Basically, anything that you started before January 1st, 2025 can be entered as far as knitting or crochet, as long as you enter it at this point you want to enter it into finished objects, as long as you finish it by the 31st of March. Put pictures in, and you can double dip on both my page in Ravelry and on Mandy with Mouse's Makes. She does Mouse Witch yarn, but Mandy with Mouse's Makes. We're doing this together where you can enter on both. We're going to be pulling prizes from both, and she's going to be doing a set of prizes, and I'm going to be doing a set of prizes. So you want to watch both of our YouTube channels. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show you. Okay, I know I'm a bit of a mess today. What's new? So since December, I've been going back and forth a little bit on some of the prizes and everything on what I wanted to do. My brother Bill had donated some yarn that he had destashed, and I was thinking about sending some of that as one of the prizes. But you know what? I came up with what I think are some better ones, and I'm going to hold on to that. So what I have going here, no, this is not all one prize. I have all the prizes stuffed in here. So I will be pulling for 4 prizes in my next podcast. It will be coming from both mine, as I said, and Mandy's Mouse Witch Yarn, or Mouse's Makes podcast, Ravelry, or you can email us and enter that way. So I have come up with 4, as I said. One of them is going to be 3 skeins of Barocco Isola. This is a cotton, linen, and viscose yarn. It is, I would say, sport weight because it's 284 yards, 260 meters per 100 gram. And it is such a wonderful summer yarn. So this will come as one of the prizes. There'll be probably some stitch markers and some other goodies that go in with it. Then this one is I still have it in the bag, but this is an apron that has a towel already attached on the front and a matching stitch, it's just a little bag, what do you want to use for, as far as some stitch markers or something, or notions, whatever you want to do with it. And I'm going to throw a mini skein in here to go with it. Then my stepmother, Donna, I asked her if she would make some. These are my favorite bags of hers that she makes. She's not selling them at the moment, so this is the only way you can get, other than knowing her. But they're triangle bags. This one has pink insides, and I'm keeping this clean so that dust free and all that stuff. So I've had it in a bag, and it's going to have some matching yarn. Isn't that cool? To go with the high heels and perfumes and flowers and everything. This is Charming You chibi sock, and it's in color Cogs and Whiskers. I can't remember if this had to do, I really can't remember what her theme was on this one, I'm afraid. But I thought this would go together really well. And then the last one is another triangle bag. It's a larger one. And it also comes with Charming You yarn. Kind of match the colors. This is again chibi sock, 80% merino, 20% nylon, fingering weight, 400 yards per 100 gram on both of those. And this is Rain Man, R-E-I-G-N. So that is what I'm going to be drawing for. Now there's additional prizes that Mandy's putting together over on her channel that are going to be drawn for as well. And as long as, you can have double the chances by entering into both of ours, or just, one chance out of each. And this is going to be, these prizes are coming out of the finished objects prizes, or finished object thread over on Ravelry. Again, if you don't use Ravelry, you can still enter. Just send an email, and Mandy and I will put them in our for our entries as well. So sit this over to the side. So that is it for what I'm going to be discussing on topping out mal at the moment. Make sure you're entering, and that will be coming up in the next episode that I'll be doing those drawings. Okay, for the 500 subscribers, what I am going to do is put a comment down below if you would like to enter. This is going to be on the YouTube channel because it is for the subscribers. And so I would ask that since this is something celebrating subscribers, that you be a subscriber to enter. And I will check that. And all you have to do to enter is put the number 500 in your comment somewhere. You can leave whatever comment you want. I do ask that it be nice, please. You know, please don't tear me down. I would appreciate it. It's been a rough month. But constructive criticism is always welcome. Just email it to me, please. What else? Oh, what is the prize for? If you are somewhere in the world that Amazon delivers to, I'm going to send you a gift basket. Not sure what kind of a gift basket yet because it'll depend on where you are in the world. But I can send it pretty much anywhere that Amazon ships. If you're a winner and you are not somewhere in the world where Amazon ships, then you and I will discuss it and we'll figure something else out. All right. So comments down below, entries on Ravelry, and I think that is it for admin. So what am I wearing? This is something I made before I had a YouTube channel, so y'all may have seen me wearing it. I'm not sure, but this is the Fresh Berries Tee by Universal Yarn. I made it back in 2022, and it only took me 17 days to make. Seriously. It's self-striping, 100% cotton, and the Fresh Berries Tee by Universal Yarn, the pattern is free. It's made with Cotton Supreme DK Waves. This is the color gemstone. And I get compliments every time I wear it. I think it took me, let's see, let me check. It took me 3 skeins and I used the whole thing, which on the 3 skeins, it was 690 yards total, 300 grams. It uses a US 7 and US 8, so it does make up pretty quickly. And the sleeves are just, you know, it's raglan style. So once you do the sleeves, all you're doing is adding your ribbing on the ends of it. So I had to make sure I had enough yarn for that. And I think I may have had like 6 inches of yarn left after I did all of this. So I was piecing together pieces, seriously, using everything. The only thing I would say about this pattern is it runs a bit big. I did a size large. You see it's a little big up here for me. After the bust, I decreased it by 8 stitches. So there's a good chance if I did this again, I would use the medium and try that out. But I do like, you know, it has a little bit of give. And of course with cotton, as I wear it, it increases, but not too much. And I really like this neckline. Okay, so enough about that. Let's move on to finished objects. I do have one. Okay, St. Patrick's Day was this month, and I wanted to do some little something for St. Patrick's. I needed something that I could finish and could concentrate on. I tried a color work cowl, and I just could not concentrate. If you're not aware, my husband Sam had a total knee replacement this month, and so my brain hasn't been fully here. Sleep deprivation was part of it, and just, you know, the stress of a loved one being in pain. It wears on you. I know it's much worse for him, but it is something that wears on, you know, all of us in some way, because we care about him. He is doing much better. I'll talk about that at the end, but well, some days he's doing better. I'll talk about that at the end. So what I ended up going back to is I pulled out the start of the color work I think it was Clover All Over Cow, something like that. I pulled it out. I wanted to use this yarn. Now this is, let me get my notes over here. This is the Nest Cow by Tin Can Knits, and the yarn is Fiber Seed Sprout DK, and it's the Great Pumpkin. Well, I think it goes with St. Patrick's Day because of the fact it's the colors of the Irish flag. So that's what I'm going with. My maiden name was O'Toole, so I have a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of Irish in me. Literally, it's diluted, but the name came with me. But I love this. Let me show you a little closer. This is my second Nest Cow. I really do enjoy making them. I enjoy wearing them. It is a reversible cable. And this time I actually followed the instructions and did the correct garter stitch. Last time I did not. This is the other side. So the cable looks a little different on both sides, but I like it on both sides. I know it's not going to shine, show up real good because of how busy this yarn is, but it's just comfy, 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 and it works really well for me. So I'm trying to think of how long it took me to make it. 5 days. And that was with brain fog and sitting in the hospital and stuff. So I really do recommend that pattern. And you'll probably see more of them. I'll probably do more. But that is the only thing that I have completed. Now, what am I working on though? Let's see, new construction. I'm sorry. New construction is next. This is actually me with less brain fog. Okay. This is one of my stepmom's bags. I got it for my birthday a few years ago. I am spoiled. And what I ended up doing is I cast on the Foundling 235 vest. I spoke about this probably in December or January, I think around episode 20, 21, somewhere in there. It'll be in the show notes, and if you want to know more about it, go on over there. It's a really cool story, and I did go down a rabbit hole with it. Let me see if I can find out which episode. Well, I'll put it down below which episode it's in, just because I still need to move on. I'm sorry. I've got a lot of things I need to catch up on this afternoon, but I do want to show this to you, and I do want to share all this with you. All right, so what have I got here? This is Foundling 235. It is by Museum Knits, and this is a child's or baby's ages 1 to 2 vest. Sorry about that. Sam was messaging me. The vest is based on a token that was left behind in the 1700s at the London Foundling home, and it is still shown at, let's see if I get the correct name here. It has to do with Coram or the Foundling Museum, something along those lines in London, but it's still there. I do have links again down below, and I talk about it in depth on the other, more in depth on the other episode. But isn't this beautiful? She starts out with this gorgeous cable rib going up into these little flowers, and then it looks like little hearts. And where I'm at now is I'm up into the body. Now the yarn that I am using back there, I started out down here with Knit Picks Hawthorne Fingering, my computer is over here, so it has all my information on it. And it's just a bare hand dyed or undyed yarn. And then this is actually more of a pink than a red. Can't quite get the color, but it's a hot pink. This is Hank Me Home Tonight Squishy Sock in the color Brick Tamland. And so it's going to continue on up with the red, and then I'll do some ribbing with the bear. And I really am enjoying making this. And it is such a sweet little pattern. Now the pattern is only available on Museum Knit's website. And just a heads up, I made a little bit of mistake. I may have purchased it twice, just because whenever you purchase it on theirs, they don't email you a link. You have to download it off the website whenever you purchase it. So yeah, I forgot to download. I was expecting a link. I wasn't thinking properly, and I didn't read all the instructions. So just make sure you download it so you don't lose it, because she does not sell her patterns over on Ravelry, or I don't know of any other places other than on her website. But the stories and everything, I love the fact that they are based on things that she has found in museums. So that's my only new construction. We're surprisingly moving quite fast along. Of course, eventually we're going to get to confessions, and we're going to get stopped there for a little while. So let's keep going here. So in the works, I've got 2 different patterns that I'm mainly working on. I have a lot of others projects, but these are the 2 projects I'm working on the most right now. And the one that I am trying to finish up by the 31st for the topping out mal. This is something I cast on back in July. And it is a Summer Secret Crop by Jessie May Designs. I love her Summer Secret Crops. This is my 4th one. It's a free pattern over on Ravelry. And yeah, it's for a little crop top. It's for little skinny things. You think, this is not for someone who's in her 50s, but almost 60s. Okay. But I may have made a few slight changes that made it appropriate for me. At least I feel it's appropriate for me. I love these, and I wear mine quite often. All right, let's try this again. My nose has started itching. People are text messaging me. This is what happens when you're the caregiver. Everyone messages you. Got it. All right, so this is an Erin Lane bag that I'm holding it in. It's one of her double bags. And I got it in the half price bin at the DFW Fiber Fest. And I am making this with Cadia Aqua, which is an upcycled marine plastic. Let's see, it is 50% cotton and 50% polyester. And the polyester is from marine plastic that they have pulled out of the ocean. What is the color? Color is number 58. Exciting color, huh? I got this last year at On the Lamb Yarn Shop, and it was in her clearance bin. And this is some of the softest yarn. Now, it is considered a DK, I think. Let's see, where is my... It's considered basically a DK because it's going to be about 215 yards per 100 grams, but they come in 50-gram balls. So I am on my 4th ball. I'm going to be using 200 grams to do this. I am using a US 8 5mm. And I am close. I am really close. I make mine longer. It's not going to be cropped. Eek. And I made this one much longer. It started from the bottom up, and this is a free pattern on Ravelry. And I did mine 18 inches because I wanted it nice and long. That's the back. Before I moved over to the front. And I am working on the 2 straps. Now these are not spaghetti straps, if you may have noticed. I have this information on my Ravelry page as far as notes on how I did this, but I don't want to be fighting with broad coverage. I'm not going to be going around out in public without it. So I wanted something that would actually cover really well. Each time I've made this, I've made the straps a little bit wider. I think I'm finally happy with them. I'll know more once I'm wearing it. But instead of, she does a 6-stitch I-cord for the straps, I'm doing a 24-stitch. So right now, this is where I am. I have not pulled this off because I'm waiting to see how much I have, because I want this strap a little bit longer, but I don't want to end up being too short on this one. So here we go. And once I get the straps done, sew them onto the back, weave in my ends, and it's done. So this is very much going to be my last project for the topping out mount that I will be completing. And I am ready to start wearing it because we've already had our first 90-degree day. Isn't that fun? I am not ready for summer. I understand a lot of people are ready for spring. I would be fine with spring. I just don't want summer coming in March. Just me. Okay, so let me put this up real quick, because this is the project that's kind of wandering around with me the most at the moment. I'm telling you, this stuff is squishy and soft, and I am so glad that I have this not just in this red, but I also have it in, I think, blue, and it's like a blue and white and a black and white. You will be seeing more of it. Yes, because I will be definitely wearing more of it. Okay, so the last item that I've been working on that is in the works is in my Knitty McPurley retreat bag. And this is my basic set-in sleeve vest by Ann Budd. It's a paid-for pattern that comes in the book, The Knitter's Handy Book of Sweater Patterns. And this is the first thing I've made out of it. This is basically what my brother uses for most of his garments that he makes that we see on here. They're based out of this book, and he just takes other patterns to maybe add into it. But this is, he's been telling me for years that I needed to try this out. So I am. I'm also trying it out on woolly wool, which I don't usually use because I have a tendency to be allergic to it. And I am testing out a theory that someone has posited to me, that what I'm allergic to is not the wool or the lanolin, which I've been told in the past, but the chemicals that are used when it's processed. And so I'm testing that out. And I'll do, once I get my several samples that I'm doing along the way, I'll do a video and tell you guys what I came up with. But so far, I'm able to work with this. And this is my notes. This is Knit Pick Simply Wool Worsted. And as you can see, I'm doing a color block. I picked out 4 different of their colors. They're all naturally undyed, and this is what they're calling their eco wool. So it is low chemical processed wool. And so far, so good for it. The colors that I am working with, I don't have them in the correct order, I don't think, but it's Windy, Winkle, Wilbur, and Wordsworth. The last one, I'm just now up to splitting for the sleeves, and I'm going to go a little bit further with this third one. I'm glad it's showing up that it is 3 distinct colors. And then the top is almost a cream undyed is what it'll end up with. These two, I just used them up until it was all gone. So I still have a bit left for splitting the vest. I still have not fully decided. I know I want to do just the I-cord for the sleeve or for the edges of the vest, or the arms of the vest. There we go. For the arms of the vest, I want to do an I-cord on there, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the neckline still. So I'm going to have to decide really quickly if I'm going to do a V-neck or a round neck. And I'm thinking I'm going to do a round neck. But that's where I am on it. And whenever I think I've done about at least 3 or 4 inches since you saw it last. It's easy, round and round at the moment. But I do have the length long enough. That's what I usually get. You know, I get onto Body Island, and this is why Bill has suggested I try from bottom up, is I get onto Body Island on my top downs, and I just want it done, and then I end up casting them off too soon, and then have to go back within about 6 months, rip the cast off out, and add more because of my impatience. Okay, we're about 30 minutes in, and that's all of the projects I'm working on. Now, I do have some other things I want to talk to you about, though, because I have been looking at some patterns. And the patterns I've been wandering through, I don't know if y'all have heard, you probably have, but Audrey Borrego, who is a French designer, has decided to stop designing professionally. I don't know why. You have to realize I've only been knitting for about 4 years. So there's a lot of these designers out there that I've never heard of. So air conditioner just kicked in. Let me turn it off. Hold on. Yeah, it's that hot. Okay. All right. So Audrey Borrego, as I said, she's got 180 self-published patterns, and they are free at this time. She's not doing support on them unless there's an actual mistake in them. But otherwise, you know, you're on your own with them. But she's got some gorgeous, gorgeous patterns. And so I am actually looking at 1 or 2 that I want to cast on real soon. Let me pull this up real quick so I can show you which one it is I'm talking about. The one I'm really thinking about doing is her aconite. I'll put a picture up here. Now this shows one with, you know, 3/4 length sleeves, and I want to do it as a short sleeve. Let's see, does she have any pictures of short sleeve? I don't think so, but it's got it on here that you can do it just as a short sleeve. And I really love the stitch pattern here. Let's see. It's a drop shoulder tee or light pullover, worked from the top down in an all-over tweed-like pattern with a scoop neck and adjustable sleeves. She talks about it being a versatile garment, and it features simple knit, purl, and slip stitch stripes to make it an engaging project. And what I'm wanting to do this with, I don't even have it here with me. I'm wanting to do it with the C cell that I picked up last year. at DFW Fiberfest. And the reason for it is I want to see about a t-shirt, which the C-cell I picked up is not enough for me to be able to do more than maybe a secret summer crop, but something changed. So why don't we just kind of go on into confessions? Let me pull this up here. This isn't it. This will be here in a minute. Okay. This is next. Okay, I went on to Ravelry. I went on to Facebook Marketplace in my area. And I found a lady who is moving to France. And like me, she's always been told she's allergic to wool because of her reaction to the wool yarn that she's tried in the past, and that it was lanolin that she was allergic to, but she can go out and pet a friend's sheep and dig her hands in there and get the lanolin all over and has no problem. So she was buying some different yarns, dyeing them for herself, but she's not able to take her dyes with her to France. And so instead, she decided to go ahead and sell for a low, low price her undyed yarns. So I picked some up. Sorry for the crinkling. These are silk yarns too. So this is a silk and sea. I got to keep it in the plastic to keep it okay. I just took it out of the freezer not too long ago. And I have, I think, 8 skeins in here. Isn't this gorgeous? And it is so, so soft. But this is silk and sea cell. And I think it's about 50-50. I'll have to look it up, but I mean, it is cool to the touch, as sea cell should be. If you're not familiar with sea cell, it is made from seaweed, basically. It has some antimicrobial properties, and it stays cool, and it's supposed to even cool your skin if you're wearing it. So here in Texas, where I am, I need something like that in the summer. And so I picked up some 100% sea cell, and now I have this so that I can make this. There'll be enough yarn between the two that I can really try this out. This is Swiss Mountain, which I can't get here in the US. And it's all undyed, so I'm going to be playing with it quite a bit. So there's that. But she had a whole bunch of other stuff too. So this is a silk and baby camel undyed. And it is that rich gold color. I mean, I love the color. It's probably too close to my skin tone, but it is gorgeous, soft, and supposed to be really warm. I think I have, if I'm remembering right, this cone is 600 grams of fingering weight. So I may be taking some of this off and dyeing it. I may be taking some of these and dyeing them for myself, or I may just be leaving them this luxurious, gorgeous color that they already are. And since we sat there and talked for a while, she happened to give me 2 other skeins. So what I have here is silk and alpaca, and this is a light fingering. And silk and merino. I can't remember, this is a fingering or light fingering. They are both so super soft. And I have one skein of each. And she just gave those to me. You never know what you're going to find whenever you go onto Facebook and you wander over to the marketplace. And I am excited about these. And there's no way for what I paid for this C-cell. If I got one that was already dyed, probably one skein. Okay, maybe two skeins. Okay, I would have probably paid for 2 skeins of already dyed C-cell yarn, 100 grams, what I paid for the 8. So I'm excited. Plus, this is a yarn that, just is not available here in the U.S. I think the closest place is Canada, that I can find a dyer that actually uses this. There may be some out there I just don't know about, but I did a little research on it beforehand. So I am super excited about these. And super excited about trying this free pattern and seeing what her pattern, 180 patterns that were professional patterns that were paid for and everything originally. There's going to be some good detail in there, I think. Okay, so last time, where did I put it? Okay, sorry. Couldn't remember where I put it. Last time I told y'all that Sam was going to get me a book for Valentine's. Excuse me, yarn. Oh, it'll stay down there. So I asked for some recommendations. Y'all gave me some great ones and everything, and they're ones that I'm looking at for in the future. But I ended up getting the Knitter's Handy Book of Top-Down Sweaters by Ann Budd. This other one is bottom up, basically, and this is very similar for top down. But she has quite a few sweaters patterns themselves that go with them. It still has all of her breakdowns where you get your gauge and you find out and what your bust size you want to use and you fit it in there. But I'm looking at one of the raglan ones. And this one, she's called a Twisted Little Raglan. And I really like a couple of details on it. It is a lightweight pullover demonstrating how raglan construction lends itself to tailored looks. And yeah, be able to show it to you without showing detail that I shouldn't. I love the neckline on it, how it is kind of open. And she has on the sides, there is some ribbing detail that's really pretty. So it's just enough to add some interest to it. This one, she does it in DK, but what I am going to use is some yarn that I just picked up on the Lamb Yarn Shop. This is new Cascade Heritage 6 hand paints. It's a sport weight yarn, 75 superwash merino and 25% nylon. And the colorway is really exciting. 616. It's all these blues, purples, and other speckles and everything. And I have 5 skeins of it. So you're looking at 292 yards per 100 gram. I have to actually swatch for this. So this is something that I'm planning on casting on. Tanya with Karma's a Stitch is doing a cast on party. She has information over on her channel, but she's going to do a cast on party in May, and I have signed up for it. So this is one of the things that I'm going to be casting on. So I just love the colors. It goes from the dark to the light. It's going to be fun. All right. My nose is just itching today. I'm sorry. I keep having to stop things to take care of that. I'm looking around. Oh, one other thing. I forgot to tell you what happened with this situation here. Go to my notebook here. All right, so last week I was telling you about the or not last week, but one of the last episodes I was telling you about the Timbo vest that I finished and how big it ended up being. Picture here of it originally. And I just felt like it was way too big. The sizing just did not quite match up in the larger sizes, according to what she said you should do for some ease and everything. It just swamped me. So this is 100% cotton. I put it in the wash machine. I put it in the dryer on medium heat. And this is what it looks like now. It did shrink down a bit. It's still a little big on me, but I can work with this. I lost a little bit of my length, but it still works. And so I am happy I went ahead and did that because I wasn't going to wear it because it just made me feel much bigger, and I'm already a big lady. I don't need to feel bigger than I am, especially since this last few weeks I have been eating everything in sight with my stress eating. So that was a success, and I am excited about it. The yarn I used, if you're not familiar with it, is the Juniper Moon Farm Bud, and it is a super bulky. I think that is finally it. All right. I'm going to go over just a few minutes in Life Happens. If you're not interested in that, that's fine. Thank you so much for being here. Please do like, subscribe, and continue on with the journey with me if you've had any fun at all here today. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Now, in Life Happens, since I saw you guys last, everything has been revolving around Sam's total knee replacement surgery. Surgery went really, really well. And he spent the night there. We brought him home, and then they put him on home health. And he's been doing physical therapy and everything. The bend in his knee, the swelling in his knee is so much better than it was prior to surgery. He is still having some different issues. He had some really bad itching issues. And he's still having a lot of pain issues. But he's getting around much better than I expected him to do 3 weeks after surgery. So it's a positive thing. He's coping, in a lot of ways, he is coping better than I have. I just don't cope well without getting my full sleep. He's doing everything he can to help me get my full sleep. Seaver has been amazing because I only had a week off from work before I needed to go back, just due to how much time I had available to me that was paid. But Seaver has really jumped in and has been helping me out and putting all his plans on hold just so that he could help me out in this time. So that's basically it. Coming up this next month, next episode, we'll be drawing for the 500 subscriber and for the Topping Out Mouths prizes. And then my brother Bill has signed me up for a drop spindle class. And I'm excited that I'm going to be going to that with him. Then also next month, at the end of the month, is Podiversary and the North Texas Yarn Crawl. It's going to be a busy April. As well as with me working full-time and talking to you guys and trying to find time to knit and crochet And one of the things I do want to do some crocheting. I got these on clearance at Walmart online last year. And so I've never done any circulo amigurumi kits. So they're Easter kits. I just happened to get them at Christmas. And so I want to do at least one of these guys this month with Easter coming up and do a review on what I think of the circulo amigurumi kits, especially as someone who has been crocheting for close to 50 years. All right, so I think that is it. You guys have a great week and put those entries in, and I will see you probably in about 2 weeks. All right, bye.